Welcome back to These Things Are Written. On this Friday, we are examining Exodus chapter 30, looking throughout it. I again encourage you to read all of the chapter. I'm not going to go through all of it, but as you've known during this time in Exodus, I pick parts of it out that are significant and to help explain things a little bit more. So let's just get started with verse 1. You shall make an altar on which to burn incense. You shall make it of acacia wood. A cubit shall be its length, a cubit its breadth. It shall be square, and 2 cubits shall be its height. Its horns shall be of one piece with it. You shall overlay it with pure gold, its top and around its side and its horns, and you shall make a molding of gold around it. And you shall make 2 gold rings for it. Under the molding on the 2 opposite sides of it, you shall make them. And they shall be holders for the poles with which to carry it. And you shall make the poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold, and you shall put it in front of the veil that is above the ark of the testimony, in front of the mercy seat that is above the testimony, where I meet with you. And Aaron shall burn fragrant incense upon it. Every morning when he dresses the lamps, he shall burn it. And when Aaron sets the lamps at twilight, he shall burn it, a regular incense offering before the Lord throughout your generations. Take a look at the image that I'm bringing up now. This is a picture of, again, the tabernacle. We've talked about the different things, the Ark of the Covenant in the Holy of Holies. There's also the table of the presence. There in front of the Holy of Holies, you'll see the incense altar right there. A cubit by cubit, it is only 18 by 18 inches, approximately about 3 feet tall. So it's a smaller one, again, set apart. It would be to be carried with those poles and not touching it. And it would be to be used every day. Often in the Psalms and another place, it talks about our prayers being like the incense that goes up to God, that provides a beautiful fragrance for him as our prayers. Let's continue with verse 11. The Lord said to Moses, when you take the census of the people of Israel, then each shall give a ransom for his life to the Lord. When you number them, that there be no plague among them when you number them. Each one who is numbered in the census shall give this, half a shekel according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The shekel is 20 gerahs. Half a shekel as an offering to the Lord. Everyone who is numbered in the census from 20 years old upward shall give to the Lord's offering. The rich shall not give more, the poor shall not give less than the half shekel when you give the Lord's offering to make atonement for your lives. You shall take the atonement money from the people of Israel and shall give it for service of the tent of the meeting, that it may bring the people of Israel to remembrance before the Lord, so as to make atonement for your lives. This is also referred to as the temple tax in the New Testament. We read that with Jesus, that to offer that, he said, was a good thing. It was to be able to maintain the temple, as simple as that. One thing to note is that everyone would pay the same price. A shekel, most of your Bibles have notes that kind of explain what a shekel is. It's a measurement of weight, and a half a shekel would be the cost per person 20 years old. It didn't matter if you're rich or you're poor, everyone would pay the same. I believe that's God's showing that every person is significant, whether rich or poor, they are all the same in God's eyes. That's how I look at it. Verse 17, the Lord said to Moses, you shall also make a basin of bronze with its stand of bronze for washing. You shall put it between the tent of the meeting and the altar, and you shall put water in it, with which Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet. When they go into the tent of the meeting, or when they come near the altar to minister, to burn a food offering to the Lord, they shall wash with water so that they might not die. They shall wash their hands and their feet so that they may not die. It shall be a statute forever to them, even to him and to his offspring throughout their generations. They were to purify themselves before entering into the tabernacle to offer a sacrifice there. Again, that purification, that washing is very significant to us. To me, it thinks about how we cannot enter God's presence without being baptized into Christ's death and resurrection. That this ceremonial washing that they did then was so that they might live, and the washing that we do through our baptisms is so that we are made clean by the forgiveness and bloodshed of Jesus Christ. As we are connected to his death and resurrection and baptism, so we are his, and we are forgiven and cleansed and can enter into that personal time, personal relationship with our God. We'll come back next week and we'll continue 2 more weeks to go in Exodus. Hope to see you then. God bless.